Hi folks, it's Robert Mantell here with the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists. Well, this is the second blog article we're offering in video format now. And there I was earlier this week thinking to myself, what's another topic I could talk about in the next video? And right about then it occurred to me that maybe what you want is not another how-to video with a lot of tips and tricks, what to do about this or that situation. Although I'm not saying we're never going to do one of those again. We probably will, probably this next week. But instead, maybe this time, something a little different. Maybe something that might be a source of real hope for you, something that might serve as a source of inspiration, something inspirational here. Especially for people who've suffered with trichotillomania for a very long time and just really don't know where else to turn at this point. How about you or your loved one? How long have you suffered with trichotillomania? And what kinds of things have you tried? And do you remember how you felt about your work with whomever you went to see? In particular, I want you to think about what it was like the very first time you left their office, after your very first appointment with them, after your first session. Do you remember what your impressions were, say, a week or two into your work with them? I'm going to take a moment to read you two notes from two different coaching clients we started with just last week. Listen to this. This comes to us from a 23-year-old woman from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We started work with her last week. On March 13th, she writes in and she says, I'm really surprised. I'm studying right now and so far I haven't pulled and it hasn't been hard. Even when I think of pulling, I don't feel the urge to do it, which is odd because usually as soon as I have the thought in my head somewhere, then I pull. Again, I'm not stressed, but I am still very pleasantly surprised. I guess the real test would be finals, because if I don't pull then, which is something I haven't been able to do in 10 years, I would really know I'm totally free from, quote, it. I'm really glad I took the step to reach out to you for help. The next day she writes in March 14th and says, hi, this hasn't been difficult at all. I'm just so surprised still. March 16th she says, it's completely unreal. I do admit I catch my hands going up every once in a while, but then I just sort of stop myself. It's similar to a situation as if I was in front of people and absent-mindedly tried to pull and realized there were people around, except that there aren't. It's like that control we talked about in our very first session, but all of a sudden I can use it at any time. I'm very happy. I feel like I never had trick. Next day, March 17th. So day 6, she says, day 6 now of not pulling. I got really upset last night about something that would usually cause me to pull, but I didn't. I just took a long break to calm down and I felt better after. A couple of days later, March 18th, she says, yes, today has been a week and I've not pulled even one hair. I don't think that's ever happened to me before while I was in school for the last 10 years. And of course, the middle of the school year right now, it's March. Regards, a much happier, and then her name. Then we've been receiving feedback, as we always request from our clients once we get started with them. This is a 33-year-old woman from Massachusetts. We started working with her the same week. On March 14th, she writes in and she says, hello. Today I woke up and before I could even think, my hand reached up and pulled one hair from the top of my head. As soon as I felt the hair, I could actually hear myself saying no. Then I stopped and said, don't freak out. I can do this and I'm not going to pull anymore. I went to work and continued with my day. It is now 10:12 p.m. and I'm proud to say I did not pull another single hair all day. This morning I was processing everything you said yesterday and thinking how it made me more aware of what I'm doing. I thought I would have to keep reminding myself not to do it, but as the day went on, I wasn't thinking about it anymore. It seems effortless, like you said it should be. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I feel confident in myself again, and I really think this is going to work, and I want both of you to know how much I appreciate you making me believe in myself again. Thank you, and then she gives her name. The next day, March 15th, she writes in and she says, today I did not pull one single hair, feeling very happy with myself. My husband told me he was proud of me, and to tell you the truth, I am too. I should have contacted you a long time ago, exclamation point. I went to work today, used the bathroom several times, and didn't even think about touching my hair. I can't believe how easy it's been. I can't believe how fast this worked. Sometimes I wonder if it's really true or if I'm going to stick to it. Next day she writes and says, it's the end of another day and I'm pull free. I still can't believe how easy this was. Now you just heard what you heard. And the very first thing I want you to do is just take a moment to reflect back on your impressions of your work with anyone else you've gone to see for help with this. Was it anything like that? Was it anything like the expressions of rapt, astonishment you just heard? I want you to realize that what you heard from these folks here is not the exception, but the rule. We hear this kind of thing all the time. And I think the reason clients report this kind of very powerful experience after just their first or second sessions with us is because of our incredibly unique coaching paradigm, which is radically different from anything else we know about, even approaches that are widely held in the conventional mental health community to be kind of the standard go-tos for folks who purport to actually specialize in trichotillomania treatment. Not that those approaches can't be effective, because they are, at least for some of the people some of the time. But what our clients share with us about those sorts of experiences is their frustration in how much more, these sort of standard approaches take a lot of work or a lot of effort with little or nothing in the way of a lasting outcome to show for it. All the things you have to do in order to get better. Keep journals, squeezing stress balls, practice stewing in the midst of those very strong urges, using really nothing more than willpower to help them get through it. Day after day, practicing redirecting your urges, all that, it's all well and good, but honestly, to us, it sounds just like a lot of work. Really just pushing the river upstream, all the while hoping something good comes out of it. Now, of course, if you push hard enough, you might get a little ways. You might end up making a little progress, but how long can that really last? Only until you're exhausted from having to work so hard at it and you finally give in to the urge to pull again. That's called white knuckling it, folks. Here at the Trichotillomania Relief Specialists, we don't believe in white knuckle change. Instead, I think the reason we hear the kinds of reports from clients like these I just read you is because in developing our uniquely powerful coaching method, we didn't decide we know what our clients need in order to get better. Instead, we asked them. We said to them, look, we know you really want to overcome this hair pulling habit. We believe you when you say that. But someone who's never had this problem might be thinking to themselves, well, wait a minute. All they'd have to do is stop reaching up and pulling out their own hair and they could be free that quickly and that simply. So why don't they just do that? So we say to our clients, how would you answer someone who asked you a question like that? And you know what our clients usually say? They'll say something like, well, I guess I don't know why I keep pulling. We hear that a lot. Or maybe something else we hear is, if I could, I would. It's just not that easy. I can't help it. Now, if you think about it, both of those responses are really just saying the same thing, aren't they? They're both essentially saying, I'm not in control of this. Something else is driving the bus. So it occurred to Glay and me that if we could somehow, some way develop a coaching method by which we could help our clients discover a level of total control over this behavior, then guess what? At that point, there should be no reason on God's green earth why anyone should ever have to pull out their own hair ever again, especially against their will, which is of course what we'd have to assume is the only reason they'd ever keep doing something they don't really want to be doing in the first place. They can't help it. Because then what have we really done here? You see, in showing our clients where the control button is on this thing, we've essentially removed the unconscious blocks that had been keeping our clients trapped in the problem, often for years. Once this clearing has been done, being able to stop pulling feels natural to them, just like you heard these clients share with us in these recent email messages. Now, for what it's worth, this is the very first thing we ever even get to in working with our clients. We accomplished this rather remarkable feat that is showing our clients how to take total control of their pulling in our very first session together. Now, of course, we don't just do a single session with our clients. In fact, our programs are generally 90 days in length. But understand, that's not because clients need 90 days to finally pull it all together, to finally gather the wherewithal, the strength to stop pulling. No. Instead, most of our clients find they're able to stop pulling immediately, like after just their very first session with us. We're talking day 1 of 90, folks. And why? Because we get right to it. We show our clients where the control button has been hiding all this time in just their very first session. And by the way, we don't give them that control. It's something our clients already have. They just don't know it. But we know it. We know that people can change. And we're not just saying it. We've seen that they can change completely. They can stop this completely and quickly if they really want to change and they know how to do it. And of course, that's the trick. And nearly 10 years and hundreds of clients later, we've never ever found an exception to this. You see, all of our clients have the ability to bring easy, effective control to bear with the benefit of the right tools and the right mindset. Glay and I simply help our clients understand what that mindset is and what they need to do in order to maximize the presence of that mindset in their lives from that point forth. And once our clients come to know how to access the kind of control we're talking about here, not pulling becomes easy, often shockingly easy, as you heard in these notes to us here. Now, this is a huge paradigm shift, isn't it? From a client's initial conviction that, I'm the victim of something over which I have no control, to I'm totally in control of this thing and always have been, I just never knew it. And to get from A to B in just the course of a single session together, the very first one, that's pretty remarkable. And by the way, I should add, it's not just our clients who get to experience the benefits of our uniquely powerful coaching method. Glay and I also feel really great about what we're doing here. I can tell you, this is one area of our lives where we feel truly blessed. We genuinely feel like we've been given a special gift in this area, and we're so happy to be able to help others take back control of their lives and to watch our clients really grow and bloom so magnificently into the people they always had the potential to become, and now that's finally becoming their reality. It's beyond fulfilling, and we're truly grateful to God. We're humbled that we can be a part of something very meaningful for so many people. So, if you have any questions about this, you can always leave a comment below, either here or on our blog page at blog.trich-free.com, or at our Facebook page where this video also shows, at facebook.com/Trichotillomania Relief. You can also read through pages and pages of stories and testimonials from many other satisfied clients at our website at www.trich-free.com, and we have links there to all of our various outlets online, including our Twitter feed. Call us, let us know if you have any questions or how we can help. You can reach us at our 24-hour toll-free voicemail messaging service at 866-LIFE-NOW. We're often in session or maybe on the phone, so we can't always take your phone calls directly. But if you call us and leave a message for us, inviting us to call you back, we'll be happy to do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching. I hope I've been able to provide a spark of hope for those of you who may have given up on the possibility of a cure before hearing this. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.